Some of us don't know the history of Nigeria and we don't want to know. It is very embarrassing. And especially us, the Igbos, we are reprogrammed in a way that it is very embarrassing to see men and women with gray hairs without knowing where they are coming from and who they are. And those who make you to feel or be like that are laughing at you because that is exactly what they wanted. But that didn't make them not to know who you are. They know you better and they can never trust you because the ideology is to get you divided, disunited, exploit you indefinitely. So that video I have seen, and that is not a new. It is something that is almost very common in the East. Yes. Look at a young man saying he is Delta Igbo. Is there data? Where was data in 60s? There wasn't any data. Okay, let me just quickly rush it. I don't want to go to much of historical fact because that would be a story for another day. I will still say something about it. At the heat of Biafra War, not even before the Biafra, not even during the Biafra War, at the heat of Igbo pogrom, ethnic cleansing of the Igbos, Igbo pogrom. You get it? Immediately after the second coup, the counter coup, after the first revolution, that emergence preempted Islamization proposed by late Sadwana of Sokoto, late Ahmadu Bello. He preempted it. The counter coup that saw General Gowon in office was commanded immediately Ojukwu declared the Biafra on May 1967 to stop the massacre of the Igbos, to stop the ethnic cleansing of the Igbos. The British masters of Gowon hurried him to dissolute and divide the regional government into states. That same day, because Ojukwu was given approval by the Consultative Forum of Eastern Regional Government to declare Biafra, and he declared that Biafra on 27th. He was given that approval on 26th May 1967. On that 27th, when he declared Biafra, British hurried Gowon up to dissolute the regional government and, create states. He quickly created 12 states. The 12 states he created on that same day, May 27th, 1967, where Northwestern State, Northeastern State, Kano State, North Central State, Benue, Plateau State, Kwara State, Western State, Lagos State, Midwestern State, River State, Southeastern State, and 12 East Central States. Data wasn't created then. So, you see that guy, he is confused. He don't even know where he came from. To round it up or make it very brief, immediately after the second coup, the counter coup that saw Gowon in office, they started ethnic cleansing of the Igbos, because it was the only Igbo man who preempted the Islamization. The Islamization started when Sadwana of Sokoto, who was using Akintola in the West, whose puppet was the first Prime Minister, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. But the Prime Minister by proxy is Ahmadu Bello in the North, the Premier of Northern Region. So, it was officially proposed on 17th January 1966 to declare Nigeria Islamized, is an Arabic state, an Islamic state. Nzoku's intelligence found that out and hurried up with his men, young military revolutionary, and preempted it on 15th January 1966. They called it Igbo coup. Remember, Nzogu engineered it because he was the military intelligence as of then. So, with a group of junior and senior military officers with likely mind, they preempted it. It weren't only the Igbos, but it was an Igbo man who saw it and stopped it. So let me flash back a bit. Having told you that, now let me say something more before I go into flashback to what you need to know, because it is embarrassing that most of us don't even know it even up to today. So, during that pogrom, a cleansing of the Igbos, people try to disassociate with the Igbos because there is this character assassination, and that was the reason why they banned the history, because they don't want you to read the fact. They don't want you to read the cause of the war, and they don't want you to read the atrocities they've committed, and they don't even want you to know where the Fulanis came from and how they conquered the Hausas and all of the, kingdom in there extend to Yorubas and continue to fight that same war today. But I will tell you something that happened in Benue, that as a result of that, there must be spilling of blood in Benue State indefinitely until they go to the foot or beach of River Benue and they kneel down there, cry bitterly, and ask for forgiveness, appease the blood of innocent Igbos they massacred in that beach. They have to do this with consulting the Igbo social cultural representatives, not in pretense but in heartfelt apology, in order to appease to their blood, because that was blood of the innocents who were running away from the north to escape massacre, ethnic cleansing, and they got order from the government, empowered them to buy them there. They stopped them at the foot of River Benue and finish all of them, throw them into the River Benue. So today, that same evil that Nzogu's intelligence preempted are hunting the Benue people right now. And there is nothing anybody can do with you. Cry for international help, you cry, everybody can complain, cry as much as you can, but it is karma. It's just like clock ticking. Okay? The clock, when it is night, it must be night. You can cry, say, why the night is so long? It must be night until the morning. So there's nothing they can do about it. Until they do this, then nature will start responding to them. And the whole lot will happen. I don't want you to believe it. I just want you to know that this is fact. So I want to tell you for sure that even when before British came, the Danfodio men, the men that came from Futajalon, that is between Mauritania, Gambia, Zambia, entered into this circle of West Africa and started conquering the Hausas. They came from Futajalon, the Sahel Africa. They don't want you to know about them. They are Fulanis. They're not from this area, and that is why you see the major tribes, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. We had Fulanis. They dominated the Hausas and Fulanis, and fools in their name, Hausa, Fulanis, and all that. They continue to buy you, but let me tell you, as long as Igbo exists in Nigeria, it is impossible to Islamize Nigeria, even if it remains one person. And I must tell you something: I will always respect the Edo people for one potential resoluteness in them, not because of any other thing or what you're thinking or what you believe in, but there is a potential strength in every man, not from Edo. Edo was created a few years ago, but every man from Benin. Let me say Benin. That's what we used to know them with, or what we know them with. Yes, there is this blood of resoluteness in them, akin to Igbo-ness. They hardly accept defeat if they are not convinced, unless you take it by force. Unlike some Yorubas, as in their nation, Yorubas will turn chameleon and begin to sing your praise. Chameleon is their spiritual animal. Okay, they will bend themselves cowardly to suit. So it's just like handsing up like women and follow you. You get it? I'm not trying to mock them, but facts. But what an Igbo man sees while sitting down, a Yoruba man will see essentially coming, then an Hausa man wouldn't see it at all. He wouldn't threaten to fight. So it's very unfortunate that we're living together, but at least we need to be waking up by now. Do research and do read. I have a lot of things to say, but I don't want this video to get longer. Thank you and God bless you. Stand up for what is right. I don't know if you understand something. If you have any question, ask me on the comment section so that I will know exactly where to start answering your questions. I've made several videos about this, and they are all on my YouTube, Instagram, majorly YouTube, and you can get some on my TikTok account. Stand up for what is right. That is my handle. Even on Facebook, and there are some others, but stand up for what is right is my major, social media handle. Thank you and God bless you. In an unjust society, silence is a crime and love.